Hey guys, Martin here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to talk a little bit about the potential for what could be going on Global within the next week or so, based on some speculation that I've seen going around. A lot of people, obviously, because we got the resurrection of F Blues at the start of the month, I've seen a lot of people speculating about whether or not we are going to be getting LR Golden FRIEZA anytime soon, this year even, who knows. Now, honestly, based on the way things were spaced out last year, I had kind of just assumed that we were not going to be getting LR Golden FRIEZA, and that he was going to suffer the same fate as Janemba from last year and end up getting pushed to something like January, right, for Global. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is kind of inspired by Truth made a video yesterday talking about the fact that there could be an upcoming LR on JP coming out for like the week before Heroes, and that could coincide with Global getting LR Golden FRIEZA this week, a week before Heroes, which, I mean, that's packing in a lot of stuff, but it's definitely a possibility. So I wanted to have a look at the timeline here. So obviously this is the JP timeline. This is from earlier in the year, May 2022. As you can see, we got to the end of May, and this is where the Resurrection of F Blues released. They got the Super Strike Mecha Frieza, which we'd already gotten, and then we got they got the Easy A for Metal Cooler, the LR from Battlefield, which for some reason we still haven't got yet. But this is on the 31st of May. And then when we go over into the beginning of June, so a week later, JP got the Easy A for Angel Golden Frieza. They got a new stage of Extreme Super Battle Road, and they got the Easy A for the Tech LR Ginyu Force. So this is like where we are now, essentially, in the schedule for Global. 1 week after the Resurrection of F Blues came out, so they came out on Friday the 4th of November, and then 1 week later, exactly like this schedule here for JP, we got the Easy A for Angel Golden Frieza and the LR Tech Ginyu Force. So that was Friday the 11th. So this is obviously being recorded and going out on Monday the 14th. Now, on JP, as you can see, we also got the first part of the movie collaboration, which obviously has come to Global already with the farmable Gohan. And then JP got a world tournament. Now, this was, going by the Easy A, this was like 10 days after these Easy A's came out. Now, we know on Global, because the Genius Bulma Battle Prep event is coming back to Global tomorrow. Well, it's tomorrow for me, right? The morning of Tuesday the 15th. It'll still be the evening of the 14th in some places in America. But the Genius Bulma Battle Prep event is coming back, and that always comes back before a World Tournament. So while there has not been a World Tournament officially announced in the news for Global, I wouldn't be surprised if we see that tomorrow with the update showing that the Genius Bulma Battle Prep event is out. So what that should mean is that the World Tournament is going to start on Friday the 18th. So that is only 7 days after the Golden Frieza and Ginyu Force Easy A, compared to JP, where they had a World Tournament 10 days later. And this is where we got the Awakening for Goku Black. We got the Tech Trunks as the reward card. This Shen, as I think he's from the, I assume he's from the World Tournament banner, or the Dragon Ball Saga banner, actually. And then that's when they got the Easy A for King Cold, which we do have on Global already. So the interesting thing about this is, obviously, this is 10 days worth, because we're kind of ignoring this, right, because this has already come out on Global, the farmable stage with the AGL Superhero Gohan. So we know there's a World Tournament coming up. So in terms of the schedule, like, this is where we are now, and then a week later, although JP it was 10 days, we got a World Tournament. So far it's kind of lining up, right? Just a few days out. However, then, this is when LR Golden Frieza came out. So this is 4 days after the World Tournament started. In fact, if it's the 21st and this is the 7th. So yeah, this is 2 weeks after Golden Frieza's Easy A, Angel Golden Frieza. Now, if we go by Global's dates, because we got Easy A Golden Frieza on the 11th, exactly 2 weeks later would be the 25th, but that is when we are expecting Heroes to come out. Because if we look at last year, this is when the Heroes banner came out, on the 25th, which is going to be Friday. So there's no space to fit Golden Frieza if we're following the exact timeline of JP. But the speculation that I have seen is that, you know, Golden Frieza could come out. Now, I saw some people saying potentially as early as tomorrow, but I think if that was the case, we would have seen something in the news update today. So I think pretty much what this is going to come down to is tomorrow morning for me, evening for some of you guys, when the Genius Bomber Battle Prep comes out and we get an update in the news to say, like, if nothing else, there'll just be an update on the event tab to say that the Genius Bomber Battle Prep is coming out. If that's the only thing that appears in the news, then I do think that it's pretty likely that Golden Frieza is getting delayed, because they normally tease that a unit is coming, or at least reveal it in the news with like the dates and stuff, at least a day or two before it actually drops. And with the World Tournament starting on Friday, the 18th, I think it's very unlikely that they're also going to drop an LR banner on the 18th. Because if we go back to last year, obviously this is where the LR Gogeta released. I know we've changed the schedule around a little bit because the Tanabata LR has obviously been pushed back because we got the resurrection of F Blues instead of Goku and Vegeta. But this released on the exact same day, right, as the resurrection of F Blues, the 4th of November. So then 1 week later, we got some Easy A's and Petan Battle, which is exactly what we got this year. We got some Easy A's, we got the Ginyu Force, we got Angel Golden Frieza, we got a new Petan Battle. Then 1 week later again, we got a bunch of other Easy A's, and then we got Heroes. Now, this is the upcoming Friday. This is where the World Tournament is going to be. Now, admittedly, this is a pretty dead week if the only thing we're getting is just a World Tournament on Friday. So, one of the things that came along with the release of Golden Frieza is all these sub-Easy A's for the Blue Vegetas and then the one for Golden Frieza and Sorbet. I could potentially see them dropping this at the same time as the World Tournament, or like the day before or something like that, because that fits this time slot here for the 18th. Because I do feel like, as I say, just getting a World Tournament is not really enough. But I think we should know for sure. I would say, again, if nothing appears in the news tomorrow or like at reset, then I think it's unlikely that Golden Frieza is going to be dropping. Now, obviously, if Golden Frieza is actually coming out, that does present a little bit of a dilemma for a lot of people. I made a tweet. Let's get it up here. I made a tweet last night basically saying that since with everything going on and global, well, I say everything going on, nothing going on. Global is pretty dead at the moment. So would people like to see Golden Frieza come out this week? Because obviously the World Tournament is at the weekend, then Heroes comes out the week after. So if you're somebody like me who wants Golden Frieza, but you also want to summon on Heroes, that makes this next like 2 weeks very busy, especially for your wallet if you are a paying player. Now currently, this has only been up for what, like at time of recording, this has been up for about 6.5 hours. 548 votes. 60% essentially say yes, they would like Golden Frieza to come out this week. So that's quite interesting. I expected more people to say no, but I mean, this could be flavored by, it's not necessarily just the fact that people are crazy to summon, you know, a bunch of paying players, because as much as I disagree, you guys know I fly the flag for Heroes pretty hard. I know there are some people that aren't that interested in Heroes, and if Golden Frieza was to come out now instead, they would summon for him instead of summoning on Heroes. Now, Golden Frieza, don't get me wrong, like I say, I really want this guy. He is super good. I think the Wicked Bloodline team is still one of the best teams in the game at the moment, and having this guy to, well, you don't even need to replace the AGL Golden Frieza that we already have, right? You could still run both of them, use them as your slot 1 units, but getting this guy is going to be a huge buff to the team, right? He's a Resurrected Warrior, a Planetary Destruction Leader, 4 key, 150. Leader skill not really important. Obviously, Yellow Coin LR's still kind of stuck in this 150 lead meta. I don't know if they will change that anytime soon, because we've seen like Carnival LRs are the ones that just get straight up 200s. Dokkan Fest LRs get the 170 plus 30. I could see Yellow Coin LRs maybe moving up to just having 170 at some point soon, because I feel like 150 is starting to get a little bit low, but it's still usable, right? Double 150 leads, you can still beat like red zone stages and stuff. But this guy raises attack for 1 turn on his 12 key, lowers attack and defense, raises attack and defense for 1 turn on his 18 key, and does Mega Colossal. He has an entrance animation, and then he starts off with 90% damage reduction, and then he gets 10% less damage reduction at the start of each turn, and the minus goes up to 60%. So that means by the time that's fully like worn down, he'll only have 30% damage reduction, which is still better than nothing, but obviously that doesn't make him comparable to like the AGL TUR Golden Frieza after the first few turns. But he does have a lot more base stats. He gives himself 5 ki, he has attack and defense 100%, he gets an additional attack and defense 100% and launches an additional super when HP is 50% or more. He gets an additional 2 ki and defense 50% for the rest of the battle after performing 5 or more super attacks. So that kind of helps to counteract his losing that damage reduction slowly but surely, because especially if you get like the additional super with him from the hidden potential or whatever, you know, he's getting what, 3 super, so 2 turns to get fully built up, as long as your HP is 50% or more at the start, because he's getting that additional super attack. So he can actually put out quite a lot of damage. This is where the comparison to the TUR AGL Golden Frieza, the AGL one, despite, well, they're both AGLs, so it gets confusing. The TUR one, he always has that ridiculous damage reduction as long as you have the HP threshold. The good thing about this guy, if you have him on turn 2 and you got blasted on turn 1 for like 80% of your health, he's not going to get that extra attack and defense and the built-in additional super, but he's still going to have the full damage reduction. So he still is going to be useful defensively. And then after he's received 5 or more attacks, he also gets an extra 2 ki and does 50% extra attack. So once he's fully built up, despite losing a lot of damage reduction, he does have very high stats. And obviously, if you're above the HP, he's getting a guaranteed additional super, so he could triple super. So he can put out tons of damage while still being very good defensively. And then he has an active skill that can be used from the 3rd turn, which massively raises attack temporarily and does mega colossal damage to all enemies. So for like Extreme Super Battle Road or something, you know, turn 3, you could get to turn 3, spread out the damage across the enemies on turn 1 and 2, and then on turn 3 just use his active skill to win, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously you can still use it as a single target just to get some free damage. Doesn't have guaranteed crit or anything, which is a little bit unfortunate, but obviously is still very good. So this unit is very, very good. I mean, and I'll probably do a video if it is confirmed that he's going to come out. I'll do one of my usual summon or skip videos where I talk about the banner, the units that are on it, and all that kind of stuff. But one thing that I will say right off the bat is if we are going to be getting Golden Frieza this week and you're torn between the idea of summoning for him or summoning for Heroes a week later, one thing to bear in mind is that this is just going to be a yellow coin LR banner. And we all know how bad those can be. Whereas Heroes, not only are we expecting some real, like, you know, a real meta shift, like real power creep for Heroes. We should be getting a 200% leader. We already know Hearts is going to have an active skill, so I would expect the headlining unit to have an active skill as well. And of course, Heroes is guaranteed featured per multi on the banner. So if you have, like, you know, 3 or 4, maybe even if you're just free to play, you have 3, 4, 500 stones currently saved up, you could easily dump all of those into a yellow coin banner and not pull a single LR. Whereas if you dump 500 stones into the Heroes banner, you are guaranteed pulling at least 10 Heroes units. And then, of course, that's if you don't get any bonus SSRs, because the only SSRs on the Heroes banner are the Heroes units. So the Heroes banner does have guaranteed value, but obviously we're still waiting to see what the details of all those units are actually going to be. Like, I am one of those people, I will always summon for Heroes. I'm keeping that hype going. We are currently in the process of the 12 days of Heroes, counting down to the 25th when we're assuming Heroes is going to come out. I'm trying to do at least one Heroes related video every day, so there will be one going up later on. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think we will see Golden Frieza coming out this week? Like I said, I think we're probably going to know for sure by reset today, if not tomorrow. But I think it's getting a bit late for them to actually like announce in-game that it's coming, if it is actually coming out this week. Especially bearing in mind the fact that we have a World Tournament coming on Friday. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think Golden Frieza is coming to Global this week? Do you think he's been relegated to the Shadow Zone and is going to be like January like Janemba was last year? And will you summon for him if he comes out? Are you going all in for Heroes? Or are you waiting? Because of course, remember, after Heroes, as we move into December, that is when Global should get LR, Vegeta and Trunks. So there is a lot of things to consider coming out over the next few weeks. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Again. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.